back to Keywords Episode 8. Today, our objective is to identify two-step word problems. Alright, let's get started. Two-step word problems are math problems with two steps to find the answer. During a two-step word problem, you generally have to use two operations. For example, you might have to add two numbers and then subtract. You might have to add and then multiply. You might have to add and then divide. You may have to subtract and then add. So there's several different things that you might have to do, not just add and add or subtract and subtract. Watch me first. It takes Sammy 16 minutes to mow the front lawn. It takes her 18 more minutes to mow the back lawn, then the front lawn. What is the total amount of time Sammy spends mowing the lawns? Okay, this is a two-step word problem. First, I'm going to find the information that I think is important. I know that 16 minutes is important because that's how much it took her to mow the front lawn. I know 18 more minutes is important, but that's not how long it took her to mow the back lawn. It took Sammy 16 minutes, then 18 minutes for the back lawn. I also know the word total is important because I'll be adding, so I know that it takes Sammy 16 minutes. I'm going to draw a box here. It takes her 16 minutes for the front lawn. Then the next part of information says that it takes her 18 more minutes for the back lawn. So I have 16, and then I need to do another 18 minutes. So she has this 16 minutes and the 18 minutes. Then it says, what is the total amount of time Sammy spends mowing the lawns? So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add the front lawn, 16. Then we're going to have to add the back lawn. Now in order to find the back lawn, we're going to have to add 16 plus 18. So let's do that first. 16, we'll do it right over here. 16 plus 18. This is our first step, because we don't know how long it takes her to do the back lawn. So 8 plus 6 is 14. Then we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So we get 34. Now that we know that the back lawn, the 16 plus 18 equals 34, so we can put 34 in here, we can do 16, the front lawn, plus the back lawn. So we have 16 plus 34. So this one we added and added. So 6 plus 4 is 10. Then 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5. So we get 50 minutes. All right, let's move on. Let's practice together now. So go ahead and get out your whiteboard. Mrs. Dawson's sunflower grew 39 centimeters in 1 week. The next week, it grew 6 centimeters more than the previous week. What is the total number of centimeters the sunflower grew in 2 weeks? Okay, this is a two-step word problem again. I'm going to first underline all the information that I think is important. 39 centimeters is important because that's how long it grew the first week. 6 centimeters more than the previous week is also very important. However, that doesn't say week 2. We don't know week 2. That's what we're going to figure out by adding. That keyword total says that we're adding for 2 weeks. Alright, we know the first week it grew 39 centimeters. But the next piece of information says it grew 6 centimeters more than the previous week. So do we know how long it grew the second week? No, because that's what it's asking us. So let's write down what we know. We know the sunflower grew 39 centimeters the first week. The second week, it grew 39 centimeters. Again, but it grew 6 centimeters more. And it wants us to know how many centimeters it grew in the 2 weeks altogether. So we're going to have that 39, and we're going to have to add the first week with the second week to find our total answer. But do we know the second week? No, we do not. We're going to have to add this 6 more with our 39 as our first step. So let's do that together. We have 39 plus 6. All right, 9 plus 6 is 15. 1 plus 3 is 4, so we get 45. Now we can add the second week, which is 45, with our first week. So we have 39 plus 45 centimeters. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 plus 3 plus 4 is 8. So we get 8 centimeters. All right, nice job, friends. Let's keep working. There are 75 students in grade 3. There are 44 more students in grade 4 than in grade 3. How many students are in grade 3 and 4 combined? Okay, the first thing we're going to do is underline the information that we think is important. 75 students in grade 3 is important. But then we have 44 more students in grade 4. Do we know how many students are in grade 4? No, that's going to be our first step. But it's asking us how many are in grade 3 and 4 combined. That keyword combined is going to tell us that we're going to add. All right, let's see if we can find this answer. All right, there are 75 students in grade 3. So we know we have 75 students in grade 3. I'm going to put 75 right in here. This time it's big enough. Then we know there are 44 more students in grade 4 than in grade 3. We don't know how many are in grade 4 yet. We need to figure that out. So we know there's 75 in grade 4, but there's also an additional 44. So we can write the 75. And this tape diagram is going to tell us that we're going to add to find the answer. So we have grade 3 right here with 75. Then it says grade 4 has 44 more students. So we have the 75 plus 44 more. So we have 75 plus 44 is our first step. What we're going to do. So we have 5 plus 4 is 9. Then we have 7 plus 4, which is 11. So we get 119 students. But we're not finished because they want to know how many students are in grade 3 and 4. So now that we know that there are 75 in grade 3 and there are 119 in grade 4, we have to add them together. So we're going to do 75 plus 119. Make sure you line up those ones. So we have 7 plus 9 is 14. 7 plus 1 plus 1 is 9. And then drop down our 1. So we have 194 students. Alright, let's try one more together, and then I'll set you free. A total length of a piece of yarn is 534 centimeters long. Marley cuts the yarn into 3 pieces. The first piece is 178 centimeters long. The second piece is 204 centimeters long. How long is the third piece? Okay, let's first underline those information that we think is important. So we have 534 centimeters long is the piece of the whole rope or yarn. The first piece is 178 centimeters long. And the second piece is 204 centimeters long. But how long is the third piece? Let's see if we can do this all together. I love to draw pictures because it helps me understand my thinking. So we know the total length of a piece of yarn is 534 centimeters. So I'm going to draw a piece of yarn, and we know that the whole thing is 534 centimeters long. Then Marley cuts it into 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 pieces. The first piece is 178 centimeters long. So we have 178 is the first piece. The second piece is 204 centimeters long. We want to know the third piece. How are we going to figure that out? There's a few ways you can do this one. I would first add the first and second piece together to see what I get. So let's get that first. So we're going to add 178 plus 204. So we have 8 plus 4 is 12. And we have 1 plus 7 plus 0 is 8. Then we have 1 plus 2 is 3. So this whole piece right here is 382 centimeters long. And the whole piece is 534 centimeters long. So how are we going to figure out this little piece right here? We're going to subtract. So we're going to have 534, and we're going to subtract to find this little guy right here. That's what we're finding. And we know that this piece over here is 382, and the whole piece is 534. So we're going to subtract to find the answer. So we have 534 minus 382. So we have 4 take away 2 is 2. 3 take away 8, we can't do that, so we're going to have to borrow from the 5, make it a 4. And the 3 becomes a 13. 13 take away 8 is 5. 4 take away 3 is 1. So our final answer is 152 centimeters is that third piece. They wanted to know how long the third piece was. This third piece is 152 centimeters long. Nice work, friends.